Hey friends, I need to make dinner, so I'm going to take you with me on a harvest. Included is going to be harvesting worm castings and worm tea. Stay tuned until the end because for one, I have an announcement. Super excited. And two, I'm going to try to see if the potatoes are ready to harvest. So I'm going to leave that to the end because I'm not so sure if they are or not. So I'm just going to do one just to see if we are ready. I'm going to start from this side and work my way out. If you're new here, I will link my latest tour so you can see how my backyard is set up. But for now, we're going to start here and we have some beans ready to harvest. Some of these have been here for a while, so I'm hoping that they are still edible. I've got my basket here and I'm hoping I can fill it up today. I have 2 plants here, and with beans, it's better if I get something like this or some scissors. If you try to just pull, you might damage the plant. The stem here is pretty hard, so I prefer to use some scissors or some shears to take them off. So far so good. This is off of 2 plants. The next thing is strawberries. I have quite a few varieties of strawberries. So I have little bitty ones that are delicious. They actually taste like Starburst. And I have the regular size. Sometimes they get really big. Sometimes I pick them early because the birds do tend to come and pick at them if I don't get to them on time and hide them. So let's see if we find some. I think I see some. You see? These you can just pull with your hand. That one's not ready. See how small they are? But they're so delicious. Sometimes I find little bitty ones like this. I still take them off so they don't take up too much energy from the plant on something that's really not gonna do well. So I didn't find any of the big ones, but let me show you what they would look like. They're kind of getting there. And normally you have a bunch right here, like this one. Right now I was only able to harvest the little small ones. I'm gonna make some salsa, so I'm gonna take some cilantro. I have it here mixed in with some chives, and it looks kind of strange, but I actually love it. We had some harsh winds and it kind of just blew everything, but it's doing good. It's a lot. I'm really excited for the next one. Can you guess? See if you can find it before I point it out. Look at the size of this cucumber. It is my very first cucumber to harvest. This one over here actually was the first one to appear, but it really didn't pollinate well, so I'm gonna have to take this off. It just hasn't grown, and you can tell the difference in the top versus the bottom growth. And if you didn't know, they are very prickly. So be careful when you harvest. The beans took a little while. I think I had a pest that was eating them early on, but now I've got some growing and I love the way they hang from the arbor. I've got one that is ready to harvest right here, and I got some mini little dragon's eggs cucumbers that are not there yet. I also have a nasturtium here that I'm gonna harvest because these are edible. Same thing on the other side. My beans are starting to grow. I have one over here that is ready to harvest, and then I have a little cucumber in the back that's growing, but it's not ready yet. And I also have some garlic here that is not ready, but it will be ready next month, so stay tuned for that. This is what the basket looks like so far. Now we're gonna move on over here to the beets. I'm gonna take some of them off. It's starting to get really hot, so I need to harvest beets and carrots because soon these will go away. This side is golden beets and this side is the blood red beets. I intentionally left them close. I didn't thin them out because I really like the greens. But we're gonna go ahead and harvest just a couple so that you see how these are growing. Let's do this one that's a little bit big. Might have torn off the greens a little bit. But they get pretty tangled in here. It's a fight. So when you don't thin them out, you get little beets like this, but I love the greens, and that's what we're doing. The golden ones are a little bit harder because there's a lot of little bitty ones. But here we are. Oh, she's so pretty. I also did the same thing with the carrots, but not because I like the greens, but because it just went ahead of me. I've been thinning them out. Look, you see this? I had some roofers, and there's this stuff everywhere. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, so we're gonna take out a couple of these. Trying to figure out which one's the best one. Maybe, okay, let's see if we get lucky over here with the beets. Oh, it's so pretty. I have 3 rows of carrots, so I need to dig in the middle here and see what I can find that is ready. I think I found one that's pretty big here. Well, thought it was bigger. Here's all the carrots. Some I just pull them out to thin them out like these, but these are also a great snack. Over here on this side, all of the cherry tomatoes are still not ready yet, so we're going to probably harvest these next month. Look how gorgeous these are. Never tried those before. It's gonna be the first time, so I'm gonna keep you updated on those. Moving on to some squash. This one has been very prolific. I've already harvested 3. You can tell where I cut those, and we have quite a few to harvest right now. And these are a little bit easier to harvest. Basically, you just grab and twist carefully. If you need to, you might have to come and cut it off, but so far so good. Now this one has the same effect as a cucumber. The bottom here didn't form so well, but the top is really good, so we can still eat this and compost the rest. See if we can get this big baby over here. You can tell when it's ripened, it changes into a dark orange color. Basket is getting full. This is another one. I'm pretty sure the top piece here is good, and we'll just compost the bottom. The squash over here is not as ready. I have a couple that are growing, but I haven't harvested any yet. We're gonna move over on this side here because I have more beans that are ready to harvest. This right here is from 4 plants. Look at all the beans we have. Oh, we're gonna have a nice dinner. I also have some lemon balm that I'm going to harvest so that I can make me a tea tonight. And awkwardly, it's back here and thriving. And while I'm here, I'm also going to harvest some kale. Coming over on this side, I don't have anything that's ready here. I did want to show you these zinnias that are blooming. I didn't know I had these. I thought they were like pink and purple, and they turn out to be one of my favorites. So I don't have anything here, but here are my potatoes, and they look like they're ready. They might have some blight, so we're gonna check one of them. I think I want to check this one here in the front so that we give these cantaloupes some sun. So I'm just going to start digging to see if we can get down to some potatoes. These are supposed to be red potatoes. we're just gonna keep digging. Oh my goodness, here's a potato. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's just on the surface here. Let's see if we can find the bottom. You know what I just noticed? Look at that potato. It is peeking through. Okay, here we are. Oh my gosh. How exciting is this? We're gonna push that back because I feel more, but you know, you can harvest as you need them. And since I noticed this back here, we're just gonna take that one that's ready. Look at these gorgeous, oh my God, there's another one there. I have to. Oh, it's a little bitty one. Oh man, I should have left that one a little bit longer. I can't believe this. I'm going to link last year's video here because it was a total fail. Like nothing compared to this. And then no potatoes. Actually, I had one little bitty, I think it was smaller than a dime, but that was it. So this is my very first time. This basket is getting full and beautiful. I'm sitting on the floor because that thing is heavy. Now we're gonna go over that way so we can harvest some things for some salad. Just noticed that I have a pest eating my kale back here, so I have to come at night and check it out. I actually bought me a blue light, so we're gonna come and see if we catch it in action. But there's still some good kale here that I'm going to harvest. The spinach is bolting. I have it here for the seeds, but we do have some tatsoi that we could use. I really like this. This is a new one this year. Probably some of this needed to be harvested a little while ago. And then we're gonna do some of this over here. Oops, I don't want to pull a plant. Maybe some of this is just gonna go straight to compost. And lastly, we have our window baskets with some lettuces. It's getting pretty hot, so they're not as tasty as if it was a cooler weather. So I'm already thinking of replacements here. They're getting a little bit bitter, and that happens when it's too hot. This one right here had a hard time, but we've got a little bit that we can still harvest from. I'll take all that I can get. Over here, this is the one that was the most prolific. Then this one. This one's a little bit bitter. So I'll take some more of this. I still got quite a bit of a harvest. I don't want to hide all this stuff, so I'm probably going to stick it behind the kale. I'm so excited to be able to harvest all of this. The last thing is just to show you what I'm ready to harvest. I thought I was going to have enough time to show you what I do with it, but check out the video of my first worm castings so you can see what I do, but I will show you how my worms are doing. This container and the next one are full of castings and they're ready. See my little friend moving there? I have all the food here and that looks a little bit gross, and that's my fault, and that's because I've been waiting to show you my worm tea harvest, and it kind of gets nasty like this if you let it sit there for a while. So lesson learned, harvest it as soon as you can, but it's great stuff. I will add some of it here and water it down and basically use it all up to water my plants. Everything is doing so good. I have a couple pest issues, but overall everything is going as planned. And for the news, for my Houstonians, I am actually opening up my garden, the backyard, on Saturday, May 22nd from 9 in the morning till 12 noon for visitors to come and check out my garden. So if you're local, message me below. I need to verify you somewhere, so send me some of your social media accounts so that I can check you out, make sure that you are safe to come to my home. But I really want to invite you over so you can come check it out in person. I wish I had that opportunity as a beginner, and if you need that, here it is. I'm excited to open my garden up for you, and I can't wait to meet some of you in person. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.